Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cat's Cottage. I'm in the kitchen here. I'm letting my coffee make, and not much going on. I hadn't really looked out the window to see if we have any snow, but I would imagine I don't think it's very much because I hadn't heard anything. Got my new cup this morning. Here we go, and we're gonna go in here in the other room. Haven't started any kind of supper of any kind in here, but I'll have to think about that. Yesterday, my dumplings turned out really well. I actually have a lot left over, so I'll have it again today for either dinner time or something. But yeah, they turned out real good. Let me bring y'all down to my chair. Whoops, got y'all too far down. We go. Go. Whoop. Kind of leaning back like the floor's sideways or something. It's real possible that the weather they talked about got by us again, so hopefully so. My bouquet of flowers here this morning were falling. The roses were falling. So I went ahead and cut them off. And you'll see it's kind of dark. But anyway, I went ahead and let me turn on the overhead light. Oh, ooh, they smell nice. I went ahead, if y'all recall, I had this basket for the other bouquet of roses, and they're down in there dried. So I added the new ones to it. Ooh, smells wonderful. Um, but I have some flowers left, but the roses, for some reason, that didn't happen last time. They hung on there. Yeah, I like this cup. Got a new owl on it. Mm, drinks good. And I did brush my hair, really. Okay. Here we go. Um, Take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna light my candle. Looks like an aquarium. And quite a beautiful one, too. Yeah, I got one Christmas candle yesterday. I got a little small uh, one that was scented really, really nice. Uh, they want too much for those candles all the time, so I got a small one. And this one here was cheap too when I got it. This is that teacher's candle. Okay. Let's see. I think somebody asked me, did I have any pets and did I want to talk about pets? That it might be interesting. I don't have any pets, and I actually don't want any. The reason being, I got this artificial aquarium in this TV, and I've had many aquariums, large ones too, and taking care of those. I've had caged birds. Um, had those, and I've had cats. When I was a girl, I had cats, and when I was a teenage girl, I had some cats. Our family cat's name, when I was a girl, was Thomas Fiddler, Christopher Holmes, Peter the Cat, Gadad for Jones. That was his name. And of course, my maiden name was Jones. So he was a Jones. And we call him Tom for short. That was his name. He was an outside cat, and he knew his place outside. Of course, he'd come to the door, and Mama would give him a bowl of milk. Uh, and then dogs. Oh yes, lots of dogs. Um, the last dogs I had, the best dogs I had, beagles. I love beagles. Uh, I don't know. I might have told you the story about the beagle. My husband decided that he was going to take my beagle, my pet, dog hunting. Hunting for, I don't know what he was hunting for, really. Rabbits, I guess. But he shot my dog accidentally. Didn't kill it, just kind of injured it, and, I doctored that up. Then he decides to take my dog again. Said he didn't have a chance yet because he accidentally shot him. Her name was Lady. And he lost her and drove off and left her. So I don't know how long it was. It may have been about 5 or 6 months. And I'll say I probably lived about 15, 20 miles from where he lost her. And one day my sister-in-law came to the house and she says, "Look what I got." And she, had my dog. She brought it home. And I said, "How in the world did that happen?" She said, "I saw him heading this way on the road. He was heading this way toward your house." Now, my house wouldn't have been, I don't think my house would have been easy to find. It was in a neighborhood like this. Anyway, that's my beagle story. But that little dog laid in my lap when I was pregnant with my first baby. And after I had my daughter, the dog would sit there I'd put the baby, I don't know if they still do, but they had these swings. You'd wind them up, crank them up, and you put your baby in there and it would. And anyway, the dog would, when she'd come forward, he'd lick her foot and she'd laugh about that. Anyway, that's my little beagle. Then after that, when I moved out to the country and had a little little small area, farm area. Um, I got some Great Danes. I got a Great Dane. And then I had first was a female. Her name was Baby. And then I had a male, her son. I had him, called him Bubba. Anyway, I don't really like to talk about those dogs because it hurt me to part with them. And I really don't want to talk anymore about them because a lot went on and there was a divorce in that ordeal. But anyway, it was that those dogs were like, they were my best friends, and they protected me out there on that property that I was, most of the time I was by myself. My kids would go to school and I was there and I would work and my husband would be in Memphis working. So those dogs were my protection and my friends. And they were very, very loving dogs, very loving. And Baby, the female, she loved to chase deer. And at the time, I didn't realize that was a bad thing because hunters would slip on the property and try to shoot the deer. And she was chasing the deer, and somebody shot her to get rid of her because she was scaring the deer off. Anyway, they shot her leg off. And she came back home, and I took care of her, and I walked back through those woods. Oh, I guess maybe it's about a half mile, tracing that blood back, those blood dots and scrapes and stuff back to where it happened. And it was happened on an area and a property off my property onto another empty area that, it's just empty woods and nobody goes there. Somebody was deer hunting up in there. I would say probably illegally, without a license or anything. And that's just me guessing. But anyway, I ended up taking her to the vet so he could, I don't know what he was going to do. The leg was gone. And anyway, she was just a beautiful dog. Black, Great Dane, just a beautiful dog. And so sweet. And people were afraid of her because of her size and her looks. But she suffered, but I kept her. And she popped around and she'd come up to me, and maybe I'd be sitting by the pond or something, and I'd hold her leg, that side up, to help her. And it was a sad story, but I lost her later. And that's a part of my life I really can't talk about. I want to talk about. But anyhow, and I told myself I would never get another dog. Never get another pet, ever, after that happened to me. I lost everything. And the dogs were lost with it. I had to choose between taking care of my children, supporting my children alone, or taking and keeping the dog. And I couldn't. There were two of them. I didn't have a place for them. I couldn't feed them. Anyway, I gave them away. And I know they had a hard life after that. But I don't have any dogs. I said no more pets ever, ever. So that's the way that went. And I have outside pets now. I have chipmunks that come on my back patio, and they'll look around in the door to see if I'm in there, and if can I give them, you know, a peanut or something. Uh, and then I have birds, little birds. If I don't give them bread every day, and I know some of y'all don't think bread's good, but these birds want bread. So, you know, I give them bird feed, but I don't give, you know, I give them bread. It's the sparrows that want the bread. They want the bread. And occasionally, you'll see a female, a bird that's nesting, will come get some bread too for those babies. I've seen them do that. They don't get the bread any other time but that, when they have these babies. So they must find it's easier to feed them or fill them up, or I think it's filling them up to make them quit chirping. But yeah, no, I have outside pets. And they'll come pecking at the windows and carrying on, or I'll hear them, you know, and I'll hear them at the windows or on my balcony there, hollering. And I say, did you put the bread out? You know, to my husband. We both do it. You know, there's no rule who does it. We just do it. And I said, did you put any bread out? And he said, no. I said, well, they're calling for you. You know, they want you to come. And but yeah, that's my pets. That was the question. Do I have pets? Did I want to talk about them? And I really don't want to talk about my own pets. I'll talk about the outside pets. I like this cup. It's really got a big handle. Look at the handle on that thing. Got a big one. I guess that'd be good if you had you got a big hand. I like the way it's fixed up. Kind of fall looking though, but it doesn't matter, does it? Um, anyway, I had a great day yesterday. Uh, tried to, I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff, and there was no discount. I wanted to get in there before, you know, before the crazy folks come on Wednesday. They don't really leave me anything. I see all the good stuff in their baskets. They run in there real quick and snatch and throw them in there, throw it in there. Lots of times they break it up, and when they break it or chip it, they don't care, and so they put it back. Uh, but yeah. Anyway, I had a good time. Um, and then my dumplings turned out good. So my husband waited some snacking all day. He said, I've been waiting. I hadn't been snacking or anything. I've been waiting on those dumplings. He said, I'm getting famished down here. So yeah, they turned out well. But that's about it. I don't, I don't, can't recall anything else. Y'all might have asked me. I don't know. Um, I guess that's about it. They're saying we might get a little snow, like maybe an inch. Sometimes they get all excited about the weather and they talk about it, and then it uh, goes past us. But there are people have flooding. They're having flooding, and I was looking at some of the pictures where they're flooding, and their house is just sitting so close to that creek. Some of those creeks, and now I thought about myself. How's my flooding? I do have a big, huge concrete ditch back that way, heading that way. And then there's another one going way over there that way. And I have, during the flood times, the street out there, the busy street, has flooded, and big logs would be floating on it. They floated up into the street. So I have the possibility of flooding in here. I do. There's nothing, and then back down there's these ditches are huge. Down there are another concrete ditch, and they're not going to come in there and dig those out deeper, They've made them. They're not going to change them. Big old huge culverts, big old round culvert running under the roads around here. So they're not gonna change that. That's that. And my yard gets saturated in the back. Just you can't walk back there. Like I've told you before. I used to go back. Oh, this is terrible. What are we gonna do about this? We gotta do this. We gotta do that. And then I realized, just don't go back there. That's what you do. That's how you solve the problem. Don't go back there. Let it drain. Let it dry out. Oh, sometimes I think we're our own enemy. But anyway, if we talk about, we're going to talk about the politics of things. Everybody just needs to calm down. That's what it is. Just calm down and let these people try to do something to help America. We're in a piss poor state. Just calm down and let them try to get it worked out. I mean, they're all over everything. The man does a speech in this foreign country there, and they're just all over him for what he says. Okay, if they're wrong, they're wrong. Let him say it, and then he'll come back here. Just get over yourself. If you're putting people in jail because they pray, that's wrong, and he told you so, and now let him go home. Just they're all over everything, and then they're talking about, oh, you're gonna know our Social Security number. Well, let me say this. I used to do a lot of research on my own family. And I probably helped Ancestry get on where it is today with all the money I paid in. For like 20 years, I paid the full subscription for 20 years. You think they'd have sent me a thank you note or something. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. I guess I need to let it go. I was getting worked up, going to say something, and then I got it. Oh, life's terrible, isn't it? If I was young and I forgot what I was going to say, y'all would have thought nothing of it. But now that I got white hair and I say, oh, I forgot what I was thinking about. What was I going to say? She's getting old. She's got dementia. She's getting forgetful. But when I was young, like, what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Here I'd have young hair, young face, and they say, okay, well, you'll think of it in a minute. Don't worry about it. Well, I was fussing about, and those news people, oh my gosh, they put up things to try to get you to look at it. And they lie. You never see that. They want you to pull you in to watch their video. You never see that. Or they take the same pictures of Trump standing up, giving a speech. And it's been a year ago or 2 years ago, or maybe his first time he was president. They're just liars is what they are. They're liars. Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. How about that plane landing upside down? Oh, wow. My goodness. And then they confess that the worst part of flying is when you take off and when you land. And everybody's, oh, don't worry about it. The takeoff ain't nothing. I'd say, oh boy, this plane, I don't like it when it takes off. That's dangerous. And they're like, oh, that's the easiest part. Oh, don't worry about the landing. It's going to be okay. Well, they said that that's the two places that it can crash. It's when it takes off and when it lands. But I was watching the video where the first few started climbing out of the plane. They jumped out. This is a guy and a woman, another woman. You tell they weren't together. Hey, they wasn't looking back. They didn't say, hey, can I help you out? Can I help you down? Can I help you out the door? Nothing. They just jumped out and took out. You know, they just ran. But I don't know. Who knows what you do? Something like that. You know, you think you'd help somebody else out. You know, help them get out of there. But you don't know what you'll do when something like that happens. You might even just sit there frozen, like, oh, am I dead? You know, who knows? He might have got out, walked around. Am I dead or am I alive here? Did I die in that accident and I'm a spook walking around? I don't know. Ah, they want you to believe certain things and certain things they project in these videos, like everybody's got the after death story. Oh, I walked around a while and I saw this and I saw that, and they said I had to go back. Every one of them. Well, of course they had to go back. They wouldn't be there talking. None of them is going to say, I blacked out and I had this dream. No, they're not going to say that. They're going, oh, no, I went to heaven. Or I saw hell. Hey, I want to tell y'all, hell is real. I went there. They may have been dreaming, Uh, who knows? Nobody knows that. But you have to be careful of those videos. And I know that y'all are. Like me, you're like, oh, that's a lie. I'm not watching that lie. But everybody needs to calm down. That's what I was talking about. Calm down and don't worry about things. Let them people, they're being paid. All them, they're going to find all them doggone thieves been living off our money. That's why they're fussing. They don't want their money stopped. We have been slaves. My whole working life now, I realize I've been a slave. I have been working to give money through my taxes and everything so they can live high and fine. That's it. And I had no idea, those people over there in Germany that were disliking our vice president's speech and what he had to say about prayer, they get our money too. Why are they getting our money? Why are we working and sending them money? I don't understand that. I don't understand why they're doing such things. Sending money. America, we need help over here. We got people living in tents, living in little boxes and stuff. I don't understand. You know. And then you got other people going out. Just put it in mind. All those people that are hollering and screaming and wanting to have a fussing and let's go to the streets and we're really going to get them. They are getting money. Besides their high dollar paid job, they are getting money. Just put that in your head every time you see them and click, get rid of them. If you don't look at them, they don't get no views. And then if you don't get no views, you're like, oh, well, they don't care about that, And I know every time I can vote And when you scroll down your internet, especially on YouTube, and you see do you like what Trump does this? Click yes. Do you think Vance should have told them about their limiting speech and arresting people for praying? Yes. Click on that. And they'll go, oh, look at this survey. Those are surveys that they put out. And I click on them, how I feel, you know. And if you are Democrat and you're listening to me and you're all mad about it and you don't like listening to me, that's okay. We got a big tent and you're welcome in it. And we only want to do what's right. We want to do what's common sense right. Now, I know you think you're right, and you might be, but is it common sense? And are these people, have they earned the right to be there? Have they earned that right to get a microphone and run around the streets and hollering? And they're saying, well, we're a country of immigrants and wah, wah, wah. Yeah, but after a while, we get full. We get full and we need space. And we can't take no more people. We can't feed you. And what that'll do, that'll put us all in poverty. Any lower, we can't go any lower. Some of us are way down there, and some of us are like me, right on the teetering on the edge. We don't need to go any lower. It's just, I don't know, I'm fussing, I guess, here. It gets disgusting. I had no idea that much money. And they don't want to let us look at our gold. They won't let us look at Fort Knox. That may not be nothing in there. They may have spent that too, and they're lying. Spent that too, and they're lying and saying, don't worry, we got a whole building full of gold blocks. Don't worry about it. Which, from what I understand, they had put other blocks in there and covered them in gold coloring. Which, man, they need to string that person up, tar and feather them, like they used to do in the old days. But yeah, this is just crazy. All these things that's been going on, and we just live our lives, and I can't worry about the politics and all that. But you have to, because they will put us into abject poverty like these other countries. We're America. We're putting out the money, and we're helping y'all. Oh, y'all in trouble? We'll come over there with our bullets. No, we need to stop all that. Y'all make your own bullets. Make your own bullets. Make your own soldiers. Let your own children go to war and die, and not ours. Just get me wound up here. I'm gonna calm down. Smell these roses. Isn't that beautiful? I wonder if they've ever thought about a basket of roses like this. Roses fall down and they probably just sweep them away. I wonder if they've ever thought about making a. I guess, though, they'd have to put something in the basket to try to give them a little moisture, but they don't really need moisture. As they dry, they look beautiful, and they actually have a wonderful smell. These in here are from last time, and they've dried, and they have a wonderful smell. I wonder if they've probably never thought about it. But this is what you can do if your flowers are starting to fall. If you have some flowers out there in your garden or something, and you can make dried flowers. I'm not saying I'm the first one thought about dried flowers. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep poking them in here. I won't get that many bouquets of flowers. So enjoy them. till they disintegrate in there. Oh, nice. I've got some of these in here too. Some of these purple. I've stuck them down in there too. I don't believe that sunflower will work in there because its little leaves, when it dries, they're just gone, you know. And I don't believe these sweet peas will be very attractive in there. It's just, they get kind of nasty looking when they get dried on that end. But, yeah. Yep. Okay. I talked crazy. I should name this Coffee and Crazy. But anyway, I guess I'll go get me some more hot coffee and I'll let y'all go. And y'all have a wonderful day. I hope you're not, anything bad's happened to you. And y'all take care. Bye bye.